All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete, and it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. On the ball.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now Wentz throwing on second down. And that's incomplete.
Used to have a coaches tussle all the time. Those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Jeffrey's got it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. Great.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Lucky. You know that's one that he would love to have back. That should have been picked off. Threw that one into a crowd. He's just so fortunate the defender couldn't react fast enough and get his hands up.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
On the ball.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Set. Waiting. Hey, tag drifting left. Hey, 22.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. Caught right side. Tate. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Stafford on 3rd down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Nigel Bradham. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment. it really gets you into more trouble.
Here's Sam Martin now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now Sproles. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Eagles offense trotting back out there, and believe it or not, yes, there are already some concerns on Philly Talk Radio because they just have not looked that sharp in the preseason.
And that's just how it is in Philadelphia. If everything's not perfect, people are going to start to rumble despite a Super Bowl win. And that evidence you're talking about, 5-0 shutout by the Cleveland Browns, who went 0-16 last year. That happened in week 3 of the preseason. They're 0-3 in the preseason. And is Nick Foles going to be their starting quarterback? That's what they're expecting on opening night against Atlanta.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On the ball.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sylvester Williams, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 13. On 1st and 10, Stafford finds Roberts left side. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Stafford on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. He's got him in. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They give him a gain of 38. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hurry.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And that is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nigel Bradham in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. 3rd and long, it's Stafford. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Double right. Hey, I need one. 10, 10.
On fourth down, Stafford. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. Nigel Bradham getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. They go play action here on first down. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Gonna give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Wentz to throw on second down. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Luke Wilson, 94 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, a conservative, easy call. Run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Waiting.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. They'll roll him out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Wentz now to throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Wentz now on first down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Again, it's Wentz. It's complete. It's Sproles. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Wentz now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. From the red zone now, Wentz. This complete, left side to Aguilar. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Wentz again. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. A final shot before half for Wentz. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Let's go. Great.
Right back to him on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This is Ajayi. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Eagles on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Wentz going to throw. 20. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jonathan Freeney coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now Wentz. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles, 26 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Great. Hey, we're good, we're good. Liz 5-3, Liz 5-3.
Shotgun now for Wentz. It's complete. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A good pick up there of 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And that one results in 35 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, you guys make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back now at Ford Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Here we go.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
4 down, attack 53. You ready? We're waiting. Hey, hurry.
Now the first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And his throw here's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A first down for the Eagles. Wentz finding the former Raven Wallace. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And there's that man again. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little wrap yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From midfield, here's Wentz. He'll buy some time, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They start on the ground here with Blunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, tag 50, left.
They'll run again with Blunt. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hurry.
Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback, trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Right. Down to about the 22 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now it's Sproles. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1 to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
On the ball, on the ball. Set. 10. Like 7. 22. 0. Let's go now, let's go.
One last throw here for Stafford. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.